Hey, good morning, Facebook world. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy. Hopefully my connection here with the Wi-Fi in the gym here is sufficient enough so you guys can view this this Facebook today. As you can see, I am in the gym. I'm doing my moderate 20 minutes of interval cardio that I like to do a couple days a week, sometimes 3, for good heart health. Today, I don't know what time it is. I get screwed up with all this time changing. But anyway, I'll probably go to the gym today around 10:30, and I'll end up doing my interval strength training with my wife, Emily. So we'll go through that today. Today this is a brand new month. And so today, Emily and I are going to be doing a 72-hour fast. We like to do this about once every couple of months. Our last meal was at noon or around 1 o'clock yesterday, and we will not eat until 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Now, a lot of people think we're crazy for doing this, and especially how we're able to still work out with a lot of energy, a lot of strength, and we don't show any issues of losing strength during our trainings during these long fasting periods. And the reason for that, guys, is people really don't understand how therapeutic long-term fasting is periodically, and how it affects the physiology of the body, and especially when it comes to producing the natural growth hormones that obviously Emily and I want to keep spiking up as much as we can. You know, during our training, when we're training in a fasted state, especially during these long-term fastings, I'm spiking my growth hormones up to 2,000% higher. And Emily, because she's a woman, she's spiking hers up around 1,300% higher growth hormones. We like that because we all know how growth hormones affect our anti-aging and to keep us young and to keep us healthy. And there's a lot of other benefits besides that when you're doing a prolonged fast. So people just don't understand the therapeutic benefits of being in autophagy. That's the scientific name of what state we are in because we're doing a long-term fasting. But anyway, why do people fail when trying to lose the belly fat? And guys, you know what? This is a question that comes up a lot from people. They want to know, okay, I've tried all these different diets. Got on the internet. I've looked up calories in, calories out. I've added more cardio every day. I've cut my calories. I'm eating 3 meals a day, or I was told I had to eat every 2 hours to lose weight. And yet, I did see results at first, but eventually I couldn't do it any longer because it was just too stressful. I had to stress too much about what I was eating. I go to a family event, had to prep my meals and go to that event because I couldn't eat what they're eating. And basically, guys, that's pretty much why people fail, because it's just not easy to do. And science has also proved that. But the biggest issue is that they're following the traditional Western diet, which is eating 3 to 4 to 5 meals a day. That's including snacking, or eating every 2 hours. And those types of diets don't work. They never have worked, and they've been proven actually back in the 1700s by a book. Some researchers actually proved it way back then that they didn't work. And the reason why we came up with the low-fat, high-carb diets is because the food industry wants you to eat that kind of food. And they know it's not good for you, but it makes you hungrier. So when you're on a high-carb diet, it'll actually make you hungrier. When you're watching TV, you'll actually spike a hormone that will increase your appetite because of what you're watching on TV. So you'll get up and have those chips and dips or whatever you're eating. But another good example of why they fail, or why they don't work is, you guys remember the TV program called The Biggest Loser? And have you ever wondered why they don't have the Biggest Loser reunion? Well, you could look this up yourself if you want. You actually will see some of the participants who actually wrote blogs how stressful it was for their bodies, and that when it was over, they couldn't continue it for long term, which you can't. It's impossible. Your body just can't take that kind of stress. And the calories in, calories out diets that they were doing, you just can't keep doing it long term. And they all failed because why? They gained all their weight back. That's why they don't have the reunions. I read that one guy discovered that doing intermittent fasting and the anti-inflammatory diet combined together kept his weight off. And I think he was one out of all of them, if I remember right. But the reason why people fail, there's many factors involved, and it's not really complicated, but yet it is complicated. And you guys need to, if you're looking to really lose that belly fat or that body fat, and you want to keep it off for the rest of your life, and you still want to, and you want to do it in a therapeutic health, or be therapeutic about it, where it's a healthy way to do it. You're not using synthetic supplement pills, fat burners, all these testosterone precursors and all this crap, because actually those are causing more harm than they are good. So if you really want to understand how to do it healthy and keep it off for the rest of your life, there's a lot of factors involved. You need to find someone who is educated in the physiology of the body and hormones and how they all work, so they can educate you. But let me give you a couple of points here that causes people to fail and why they fail. And what I've done is I've got my notes here to keep myself in line. So the first one is they don't know the root cause of why they are gaining weight or belly fat or body fat. Now, I put that up there as number one, because imbalanced hormones is the root cause of why most of you guys are having a hard time losing weight, or you can't keep it off, is because you don't understand how the hormones work, especially the one that is designed to actually put fat on, and the hormones that are designed to increase your appetite. So you don't understand these hormones, and nobody's ever explained it, and that's basically where you want to start. You got to be educated. That's why I'm telling you, you need to find someone who's educated in this field that can educate you and explain to you what they mean by the imbalanced hormones. Okay, so that's number one. Imbalanced hormones, especially the ones that are causing you to gain that belly fat and body fat. Number two, you guys are getting on the scale too much. The only reason why I get on the scale is because of the research that I'm doing. I'm looking at water weight after I fasted for 72 hours, how much water I've lost in my body. I'm looking at water gain. Once I have my first meal, I document how much weight I've gained after that first meal. For example, if I do a 72-hour fast, I'll lose about 5, 6, 7 pounds, but most of that is going to be water. But I am losing some inches, some fat too. So I kind of keep a log of how that all works, so that I can explain it when somebody questions me or asks a question that, okay, I've lost 15 pounds, but in 4 or 5 days I gained half of that back. I want to be able to explain to them why. And that's why scales don't work, because scales do not measure inches. So with my 90-day online personal coaching clients, I want them to actually get the size of pants. That's how we measure your progress when doing the 90-day online personal coaching. is the size. So we want to, and also of course, over, when they're ready, I like to keep track of their ketones that their liver is producing. And because we're trying to be in ketosis 24/6 of the whole week to keep burning fat. That's what you guys are looking to do. So number 2 is just stay off the scale, find a pair of pants, a size, and monitor that. Now, some like to check every week, some like to check every 2 weeks. I recommend you guys check the size of your pants once a month, because that's another thing we're going to get to. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Number 3, probably right off the bat, when somebody joins my 90-day online personal coaching, I'm going to educate them about the type of water they're drinking. You see, water is the base to what's going to help them escalate the weight loss. But not all water is the same. And so what I do is I educate them on what I meant. Not all water is the same, and I will show them that the water they're drinking and their family's drinking is toxic. It's full of toxic chemicals, and more research is coming out about it. Matter of fact, it's nothing new. I mean, it's all over Google, it's all over the news stations, it's everywhere. And it's even getting worse because the environment is getting so toxic, so you can't get away from it, guys. So you got to change the type of water you're drinking if you want to actually lose the weight, or if you want to escalate losing the weight. And those of you out there that have been in the health industry, you guys know that science has always said that if you drink the right water, if you drink water, it'll help you lose weight. And there's different reasons for that. So why not change the type of water that you're drinking to water that's got nutrients to it, water that's got a structure that's able to flush your body? Because see, one of the root causes of the reason why you're obese or overweight is your body's acidic. The reason why you're acidic is because of the environmental toxins you're consuming on a daily basis. And so your body is full of acidity. You're not going to lose the body fat or the weight long term unless you flush out those toxic chemicals or toxic waste that you've stored up at the cells, at the cellular level, on a daily basis. You're never going to get away from environmental toxins. That's not going to happen. And every year it's getting worse and worse. So you might as well drink something that can detoxify you every single day and keep your body clean and keep your cells clean and able to hydrate you at the cellular level. Not only does hydrogen-rich water hydrate you at the cellular level, it also hydrates your organs as well. Well, I'll tell you, I'm seeing a lot of medical issues as far as diabetes type 2, a lot of kidney issues out there, and most of it is all because of dehydration. You know, guys, you've heard me talk about this before. Inflammation is the root causes of all diseases. And the reason why somebody has kidney issues or has type 2 diabetes is because of inflammation. Hydrogen-rich water is designed to help flush out inflammation. Does it happen tomorrow? Start drinking it, or does it happen the next day or the week? No, it doesn't happen that quick because your body has been so acidic for so many years. It just takes time. So number 3, change the type of water you're drinking, and it'll help escalate the weight loss. Number 4, they have no idea of all the factors that are involved in trying to lose that belly fat or that body fat. That's one thing that a lot of the wellness coaches or health coaches or nutritionists or whoever, they don't tell or they don't educate their clients on all the different factors that can cause you to have a really hard time to lose that belly fat or body fat. And each one of us, we're not the same. Different. Some of us, I have a couple clients that started on my 3 protocols, and within 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, boom, they hit ketosis, and they're solid in ketosis, even on a little higher carbs per day. They're still in ketosis, but that's not normal. I mean, that's, you know, we're all different. I can't do that. I'm very carb sensitive. So I've got to really be careful on the amount of carbs that I eat per day. And that means fibrous carbs. I don't eat starchy carbs except for my carbo load day. The rest of the week is fibrous carbs. I'm still, I mean, some of you may be thinking, well, you can eat as much veggies or salads as you can per meal because it's low glycemic and it's not going to raise the insulin, which is the hormone that is designed to store fat. And you guys, most of you are insulin resistant, and that's the issue you have. Well, fibrous carbs affects me. It will raise my insulin level. So I'm not utilizing the carbohydrates that I am consuming, and I have to keep my carbs around 20 grams a day. You know, so that's those are some of the factors that can easily cause you to sabotage your weight loss if you don't understand it, or it takes time to figure it out. It could take 30 days, it could take 60 days, it could take 100, I don't know, it could take whatever. But if you're strict and you're following the protocols, then it eventually will happen, okay? So, number one, I have drinking the right type of water. Obviously, that's the first. Like I said, it's the base of my protocols. You have to change the water. Number two, basically what's happened, a factor is you've lost control of the hormones that are causing you to gain that belly fat or that body fat. You have to get in control of the hormones that are causing that, and that's where your health coach or whoever needs to find out or needs to help you to actually control that and explain what the hormones are and how they all work. Number three, I mean, this is a biggie. Because those of you that have been overweight for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 25, 30 years, and you go on the 3 protocols that we offer that are therapeutic and weight, and you can lose weight, you know, and the big question is, well, how long will it take me to start losing the body fat? You know what? This is the big factor here. It depends. You've been overweight for so many years. Why do you expect to lose it overnight? It ain't going to happen because there's factors involved in that. So you've been overweight for all these years. The biggest factor that's causing some issues is what they call a fatty liver. You got to reverse the fatty liver first, and that doesn't happen overnight. And that's why I tell my clients, you got to have patience, consistency. You know, the first 90 days is to lay the foundation down. Be educated. Understand which foods are going to work best for you to stay in ketosis. That's what the first 90 days. After that, if you want to go on by yourself, you've got the foundation laid down, but don't expect to get the massive results in those 90 days. Yes, some people do because they're very coachable and they're very determined and they're following the protocols strictly, and they've learned very fast on what types of foods that they can have to keep them in ketosis for a long time. That's the key. You know, the key is staying in ketosis 24/6. That's the key to losing the weight. And of course, you want to be in autophagy every so often as well. So the fatty liver plays a huge part. Okay. Also, if you're on blood pressure medicine or some kind of prescription drug or something, that's going to also hold you back. If your gut is sick, because during the process you're relearning how to eat whole foods, real foods. If your gut is sick, you have to also reverse that, because 100% of all your diseases are caused from a sick gut. So you've got to get that reversed also. Okay, guys? So number 3, how long have you been overweight? Number 4, are you insulin resistant? Well, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Hope you don't mind. I'm on live Facebook talking about health. You mind? Okay, great. Good. All right.
Okay, so we already talked about how long you've been overweight, how fatty liver plays a big part. Number 4, are you insulin resistant? Okay, that's a root cause of why so many of you are having a hard time to lose that fat. Is because you're insulin resistant, which means you are primarily using the carbohydrates you're eating as fuel. And you're overeating carbs to cause your insulin to go above base 98% of the time, if not more. That is one of the biggest root causes. You got to reverse that. Type 2 diabetics are insulin resistant. In order to reverse type 2 diabetes, you got to get off the high carbs, go on a high fat diet, low carb, or an anti-inflammatory diet, which is high fat and low carbs. That will help reverse type 2 diabetes. Now, number 5, this is a big one for most out there. You are a carboholic because that's all you've done. You're eating more carbs than you are good fats. So you're a carboholic. You have cravings for the starchy sugars. You have cravings for the refined sugars. You have cravings for the candies. You watch TV. And all of a sudden, that hormone spikes, and you're watching an advertisement on some kind of a candy or sweets or breads or pastas or whatever, and you're going to get that cravings. Okay, now during our 3 weight loss protocols, we teach you how to, we have little tricks to cause that hormone that causes you to have an appetite to drop very fast, so you lose it. You're not actually hungry, guys, when that hormone spikes. You're not hungry, but your brain is playing games. Okay, just like being on the scale every day to check your weight. That's a game. That's a game player. I mean, that's the worst thing you can possibly do. Number 6, education, guys. It's all about that. It's all about being educated on the root cause, why you're having a hard time losing that belly fat or body fat, why you feel the way you feel. Once you get educated, once you understand the root cause, everything else falls in place. Also, you don't know where to start, or you're confused, or you're going to Google the intermittent fasting or ketogenic diet. You're going to start doing it yourself. It's very easy to sabotage them all because you don't know all the information, or you don't know what is going to sabotage whatever you're doing. One of my clients found that out, thinking he was doing it right, and come to find out he wasn't. And I'll tell you what, when you do a ketone strips, which is just a cheap way of checking your ketones, he found out that what he was doing, he thought he was doing it right, he wasn't even in ketosis. Okay? The other thing is, guys, this is what I've said before, get some guidance. It makes it a lot easier. It'll end up being cheaper in the long run. Actually, guys, when you have the right guidance, the right tools, and you're educated, you will learn that you're going to actually save money. Okay? So you guys can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it. There's videos there for you. You can also go to my Drink Nature's Water Facebook page, like it. There's more health videos there. Those of you that want to know more about the hydrogen-rich water, so you can actually escalate your weight loss, go to www.9.5.com. Check out that video link. It will show you why so many people are feeling the healing effects when drinking hydrogen-rich water, and it'll also show you how toxic the water you and your family are drinking also. And also, if that video makes sense, and you would like, and your family would like to try the water, and I will give it to you guys for free for a couple weeks. No obligations. You guys, I know that word free puts up a red flag in a lot of people out there because they're all wondering, okay, what's the catch? Nothing's free. Well, there is no catch, and this is free. And so, if you try it, hey, if it makes sense to you, you're going to be educated about the water through that trial, so be ready for some science. But If it makes sense, then we show you how to get your own device, because that's what we have. We have a Magic electrolysis device that hooks up to our kitchen sink that turns our tap water into the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. So guys, I hope you saw some value in this. Please pass this on to your friends and family members so they can understand why they're having such a rough time, because maybe some of them will finally, the light bulb will go off in their brain and they'll say, oh crap, here I'm doing all this cardio trying to lose this belly fat, and I'm cutting my calories back, and my belly fat's getting bigger and bigger. What's going on? Okay guys, hope you guys have a great day. See you guys next time around.